Hi everyone, I'm Carolyn, as you may or may not know. It's January 6th, 2013, and I recently got a new webcam, and I decided that something that I wanted to do this year is to start making a series of videos in which I just kind of talk about my life and my experiences, probably focusing on my experiences as a transgender person, though maybe not entirely limited to that. Now, part of the reason I want to do that is because I feel like I often can get a little distracted and not feel as motivated in terms of dealing with stuff related to my transition as I would like. And I feel like if I kind of set myself a little just plan of making a video, even if it's as infrequently as like once a month, which is kind of the minimum that I'm setting for myself here, then that at least is something that I think I can stick to and that I'll want to be able to come back to each month with new stuff to talk about as far as progress I've made, what's going on in terms of what sort of just options I'm looking at, or just where I'm at in general with regards to kind of moving forward with my transition. Now, there are a lot of channels out there, I think, that are wonderful kind of resources if you're, maybe a young transgender person and you're early on in your transition maybe, or haven't even started it yet and are kind of overwhelmed and kind of grappling with a lot of the maybe fears and anxieties and questions and doubts that can kind of come from being in that position. I know that those feelings and those doubts and those fears and all of those feelings really, really well. I might suggest a few channels already on YouTube that you may want to look at if you haven't seen them already. One is called Megan's Life. It's Megan with an H, so Meghanslife. Another is Shatterstar09, all one word, Shatterstar09. Both women who have transitioned and are, who speak really knowledgeably about their experiences, and I think whose perspectives have a lot to offer to people who are maybe early on in the process. And so the reason that I say all that is that I'm not making these videos as any sort of like expert commentary, as someone who has like figured it all out and knows what she's doing and everything. This is much more me just still stumbling ahead, one day at a time, trying to make progress slowly but surely, and still, figuring things out as I go. So, I don't know how much value anyone but me will find in this exercise. I certainly hope that it's of interest and of value to one or two viewers, but the reality is that it might be mostly just for me to have a routine and to have the opportunity to kind of talk about whatever's going on with me with regard to my transition and what I'm feeling and things like that, because it's healthy, I think, to talk about those things sometimes, and it's not always easy to find opportunities to do that. I mean, of course, I have wonderful friends who I'm sure would be very happy to listen, and I do definitely talk to my friends sometimes, but it's also maybe just cathartic to have another outlet where I can just talk about what's going on with regard to where I'm at and with regard to my transition and whatnot. So here's a sort of long view of what I hope to have done this year. So as I said, it's January 6th, 2013. By the end of this year, I would, a goal of mine is to have had what's called facial feminization surgery, or FFS, for short, FFS. FFS, also internet shorthand for something else, which leads to some amusing little interactions. But anyway, so, I I I'm in my mid-30s. I didn't have really the opportunities, the freedom, the support necessary to to start kind of taking hormones and even beginning the transition process until I was late into my 20s at least. And by that point in time, unfortunately, testosterone had done quite a number on my features, and I have especially I have very strong kind of jawline and things like that, which um, these things make it so that most people when they see me instantly kind of put me in the male box, not the mailbox, but the male box. Um, and that's not where I want to be. Now, a very important disclaimer is here. As I talk about my experiences as a transgender woman, I'm talking only about my experiences, and um, because because everyone's experiences are different, and so I'm not saying that any of what I feel is universal. People have very different feelings about whether how much it matters to them that they are perceived by others as the gender in which they identify, and everything, any issue related to being trans, you will find a wide range of perspectives about it. So it's very important that anyone watching this, understand that I'm not commenting on this as any sort of I'm not trying to present anything that's remotely like a universal transgender experience at all. I'm speaking about my experiences. Um, so yeah, it's very important to me that I get to a point where I can be um, perceived by the people that I meet on the street, in life, wherever, as the person that I feel that I am on the inside. And I feel like for me, facial feminization surgery is a necessary part of that. There's amazing videos on YouTube of people who started taking hormones when they were younger than I was able to, and the remarkable effects that hormones have had, and how just dramatic that the transformation is, and everything. And certainly I wish that I had the opportunity actually to transition at a younger age. It's hard sometimes not to feel a little sad about the things that I may have missed in life, having sort of started my transition relatively, I don't want to say late, because I know that I'm extraordinarily lucky to have the opportunity to transition at all. I'm extremely lucky to live, where I live, to certainly to have the job that I have, where not only do I get to do something that I'm extremely passionate about, but I get to be open and out about who I am in that environment, and publicly, because it is a public-facing job. Yes, I mean, I know that I'm ridiculously fortunate, and I don't take any of that for granted. But at the same time, um, there's a certain amount of grieving that I think almost any transgender person, well, again, that I feel like I have had to go through, grieving for the experiences that I didn't get to have. The all that, it's a little weird being in your mid-30s and just now as a woman trying to figure out like what sorts of fashions are you comfortable in, and do you feel like express who you are, and um, those kinds of things. That I think a lot of girls and women uh, explore at a younger stage, and may constantly be evolving, but to kind of come to that experience sort of new at this age is, it presents some unique challenges and whatnot. But anyway, so yes, so facial feminization surgery is a goal for 2013. That's definitely something that I want to do, and hopefully will be able to do by the time this year is out. It will most likely mean traveling to another country because surgeons in other countries, reputable, well-respected surgeons, I would not go for such an important procedure. I would not go to someone who was not, well vetted and very experienced and everything. But it's less expensive to have the surgery done, for instance, in Thailand, which is there's a very good chance that that's where I will end up going. That's not to say it'll be cheap. It still will cost a lot of money, and but it's not. I mean, to me, it's not a choice, really. It is. I mean, to live an honest and authentic life is a necessity for me, and I feel like that is a part, a step on that road. So, yeah. So anyway, I I don't know, I don't really have a whole lot else to talk about right now. So I guess what I'll just do is say that if you're watching these videos, and if you have questions for me that are respectful, please feel free to ask, and I may address those in another video. I'd be happy to talk about and respond to questions that I feel are respectful and that I'm in a position that I feel like I can answer. Yeah, hopefully I'll do something about the lighting in here, maybe, because one thing I really don't like about right now is how there's this weird effect. It looks to me like I have this kind of red mustache effect going on, and that I mean, not a look that I'm crazy about, not a look that I care for, but so I'll see if I can tweak stuff in here and maybe reduce that, but anyway, that's just me being silly. But yeah, so again, my current plan is to do these at least once a month, maybe more often, kind of keep you posted on where, what's going on with me transition-wise, and maybe talk about stuff outside of just the whole gender transition realm as well, but certainly focusing on that and talking about that quite a bit. So anyway, yeah, so thanks for tuning in, and we will see you again here soon. Bye.